Dun 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 dun.
This is the 10 o'clock news with Sarah and Taj.
Good morning. We're outside the COP negotiations in Paris, waiting to see what the final text will reveal this evening.
So there's been a lot of back and forth during the last week of negotiations. Originally, the document was over 100 pages with 900 statements and brackets, and this means there were a lot of options and decisions to choose from. However, it's now been reduced to 50. When the first draft was released at the beginning of the week, there were two overall options. One was very ambitious and one was quite weak. However, the draft from last night shows they've tended towards the weaker, more generic direction.
Depending on what source you use, depends on how positive it's looking today. On the good side, 1.5 and human rights are mentioned in the preamble, but the downside is there's no specific commitment to these in the actual text. Having said this, intergenerational equity was first removed, but has now been included again, basically meaning that responsibilities for tackling climate change would not diminish over time. Although, without mentioning rights, which include rights to sustainable development and of indigenous people, there is little chance that there will be a fair agreement at the end of today. There are commitments to setting funding goals, but again, no decision on who this will be coming from and how much they'll be. This is a sticking point for many developed countries, as emerging countries are not being expected to commit at the moment to any sort of financing.
So basically, the demands of developing countries, particularly the small island states, for the limit of 1.5 degrees, the issue of climate finance and human rights have been acknowledged as important, but still leaders are unable to decide on concrete actions. Climate justice is still being fought for.